Yeah, the Black & Decker and the Craftsman electric lawn mowers both have a similar problem, and both the Craftsman and the Black & Decker are made by Black & Decker. And we'll show you here what happens is you hit something and you lose the blade insulator, and so you'll wind up is the blade will spin and the fan has problems. Sometimes it won't, sometimes it just will be moved a little bit, but that's supposed to be fixed to the shaft through this insulator, which most of them are black. The other problem is the fans break, and if you see here, you see the nut right there, the fan will actually hit right there and it'll break off. And that's another one, because when you order the fan, you have to modify the fan to make sure that doesn't happen. So what you're going to need here, a new fan and a blade insulator. Now you notice it says replace if damaged, so if any of these edges are broken off or worn, it's time to replace it. And also should sharpen the blade while you're at it, which we'll go into in a little bit. So what you're going to need is a 3/4 inch, if you take my word for it, 3/4 inch socket or an impact, and a 2x4, and you want to move that down to the 2x4 there, and then fire away. Well, that wasn't on very tight. We got a nut. You got a bushing, which holds it to the shaft. You got the insulator, which needs to be replaced if it's smooth, which this one is. You got your blade, and you got your fan. To get off of all of them. And then there's another piece here, another bushing, which stays there. Looks like that. It stays up there. So now we're going to take our fan and our new one, and as if you can see right there on the edge, you can see it's been hitting one of those bolts I was talking about. So we're going to notch this new fan out with a Dremel. Okay, now we're going to take the Dremel tool. Get a little more speed there, not too much. Okay. We're going to go through about that far, but about a quarter of an inch. Like that, and clean that up real easily. Just clean them off. And do that all the way around, trying to make them all sort of the same. And do that all the way around. So this is what you wind up with, is you're notched out all the way around. Try to make them as close as possible. I don't know if it's staying in focus there, but you can see they're all notched out. When you get them with a Dremel or a file or whatever, usually you can clean up the little burrs and stuff with your fingers, pulling them off, rubber your nail. If not, take a little pocket knife and hit the edges. But these are all good enough to use. And again, this is what we started out with before the modification, is like that. So you can see the difference in the, this one's cut out and this one's not. But you need to do this, otherwise it's just going to tear your new fan up and you're going to wind up with something like this. They'll gradually all break off, they'll notch themselves, but usually they'll break first. So now we're going to start with the reassembly. We'll put our fan on, which now is notched out for these bolts that mount the engine or motor. Then we take the blade which we sharpened, and we'll put it on here, and we'll put the blade insulator on. Goes right there. Then this is the piece that holds the blade insulator to the engine shaft. And we'll tighten that up. As far as we can by hand. As it says, do not run motor without fan. Okay, so we're going to go like that. We're going to tighten her up. Oops. Okay, so we should be all set there. Okay, now we'll put some power to it. Make sure it doesn't vibrate or shake. Smooth operation.